All right, welcome back. I think we're at week 6 now. Today we're going to talk about multiple page documents and type. So let's create a new document. And I say multiple pages, but what I really should probably say is multiple artboards, because in Illustrator we have artboards that we work on. And we can use it to create a multiple page document, or we can create lots of different images and lots of different files that are different sizes. And this becomes a real advantage. Now, you can establish that here on the page, but in this case we're going to do it inside the document itself. So I'm going to hit OK. Actually, I'll give it a name. We'll call it our multiple page document. There we go. Now you'll see that we start out with an 8.5 by 11 inch artboard. If I come over here and click on that, it's going to show me my artboard size. This is my artboard tool, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these for a moment so we can see exactly what's going on. I'm also going to zoom out just a little bit. And you'll see here's our artboard. Here are our tick marks or our crop marks on that artboard. You'll see this bounding box going around it. Now that's familiar. We can reduce or enlarge objects based on that bounding box. We can also do that with our page. So we can change our page size, in this case from 8.5 by 11 to 5.52 inches by 4.23 inches. So we can go in and establish this. If we push Shift, it will constrain it. If we push Option and Shift, well, actually in this case if we push Option nothing happens, but if we push Shift it constrains. So anyway, we can also move that around. Now this is an advantage, and you'll see that there's a naming structure here, O1 Artboard 1. If I double click on this, or actually come up here where it says Name Artboard, I can give a name, we'll say Logo. Okay, and we switch to a different tool, and we'll get back to our page. Now, let's say for example here we're going to do a logo, and in this case it's going to be, we'll create a square. Let's go back to our swatches so that we have some stuff to look at here. Swatches and Pathfinder. There we go. We're going to make this original square a blue with no stroke. And then we're going to create a circle that comes about right here. And we're going to grab both of those, and then in our Pathfinder we'll minus the front. So let's just say that's our logo right now. Blue Swiss cheese, which I wouldn't recommend eating, but alright. So we've got this. Here's our logo. I'm going to put it right here, maybe enlarge it so that we're sending that to the client so they can see it. But we also have to send them other things. In fact, we need to send them some letterhead that they can review, an envelope. We need to send them some business card samples. And so we could create a bunch of different files, each at a different size. But in this case, the advantage of artboards and illustrators, we can come here, select our artboard tool. Now I can come over here and click and drag and establish that I want this to be 8.5 by 11 inches. And then I can move that here, and that's my letterhead. Now I want to get another one. In this case I want perhaps an envelope. My envelope, the standard size for an envelope I think is 9, a number 10 envelope is 9.25. I think. Anyway, we're going to say 9.25 by 4 or something. We can look that up on Google if we want, number 10 envelope size. So I'll come here and create another envelope. Here's our envelope. Let's see. It's probably a little wide, a little tall. Okay, so here's our envelope. And then finally, we want to create 2 business cards. So I'm going to click here. Oh, not the box, the artboard tool. I'm going to create a new artboard. And I'm going to make our width on this, I know, is 3.5 inches by 2 inches. Alright, now we've got one side. Now I'm going to push the Option and click and drag, and it will duplicate it, so we've got another side. So what I can do now is come around and name these. We're going to call this one business card reverse. Enter. Up here, it's going to be called business card front. And we can come over here and call this, letterhead. And this we'll call envelope. Now the main purpose for these is for printing or something like that. Oops. Main purpose for this is printing. However, in some cases it'll be useful for you to be able to see what they are. Now we can go back into our artboards and we can rearrange these all we want by moving them, and dragging them around and get them in a different order or whatever we want to do. So that's something that you can use. Alright, now to get out of this artboard mode, go on our black arrow, and now the advantage is this. I can copy this and go to, let's see, I'm going to come over here. I'm not going to copy it, I'm going to come over here and paste it. Oops. Alright, now the advantage to this is there are several advantages to this. First of all, I'm just going to duplicate this image over here, and this is going to be my logo. And what are we going to call this? Oh, we're going to call it Blue Swiss. We call Blue Swiss, and that's it. So we'll type in Blue Swiss, and we'll give it kind of a funky name, we'll say. I'm going to drag this up here, give it a new font, make it semi-condensed bold. Bold condensed, there we go. And we're going to enlarge it just a little bit, 12, 15, 14, like that. Okay, so here's our company name, Blue Swiss. That's an ugly font, but we'll just leave it at that right now. Maybe make it, there we go. We'll drop it down a point. Alright, it's ugly, but we'll live with it right now. Okay? So here's our logo, Blue Swiss. And we're going to put our address down here, 1234 5 Lane, Orem, Utah, 84001, BLUSWISS.com. Okay, and I'm going to select that type, change the font here a little bit so that it's not just the exact same thing. Let's see, is it lined up here? Okay. Now, I'm going to select this and copy it. And now I'll go to Edit. Now, normally you would paste it, but if we go to Edit, we can go Paste on all artboards. So it will give a copy on each one. That's really an advantage because we can come over here now and we've got Blue Swiss right there. And we've got our card here. We'll put it, just maybe right here. The back card we don't need. We certainly don't need it here. So we'll take care of that. And we've got all this other taken care of. I can select this, copy it, edit, paste on all artboards. Not sure why it did it that way, but move that over here. Maybe put that one right there. Design-wise, compositionally, it's not a very smart thing to do, but we're going to do it anyway for right now. And then we're good. Last thing I do is put this on that border right there. If I want them when they print it for this color to bleed off. Now bleeding means that ink is going to go off all four edges or off an edge. I'm going to actually enlarge this to make it a little bit bigger than the artboard so that when the time comes to crop it, you can see where those crop marks are and the printer will cut that hot blue all the way around the edges. Now that's done. Let's go ahead and go to File, Save. In this case, instead of saving it as an Illustrator document, which we could do and it would be fine, we want to send it to the printer, so we're going to save it as an Adobe PDF document. The advantage to that is I don't have to include the fonts. They'll automatically be they can automatically read those fonts. I don't have to worry about the font spec getting messed up. So we'll save this as a PDF, and let's go ahead and close this. And we're going to open it up. Let's see if I can find it here. I need to clean my desktop. I have so many things on here. Let's see. We'll do it this way. This is usually my way of choice of finding it. Oh, here we go. Multiple page documents. So we'll just double click on that, open it up, and you'll see in this PDF you've got page 1, which is the logo, 2, which is this, 3, your envelope, 4, business card front, 5, business card back. Now when your client gets this, they're going to be able to look at it and say, oh, this looks great, I can see everything that's going on, and it will save you a lot of time, and it'll save you the hassle of having to do 5 different documents. In the past you had to do 5 or 6 different documents in different files and keep track of all of them and every time they're changed and all of that. Now with this format, or the ability to create multiple page documents, and we can reopen this one in Illustrator, with the ability to create multiple page documents like that, the advantage is that you don't have to go through and find 5 and 6 and 7 different files, or you don't have to load them all in an InDesign document so that they're visible. You can have all of them, and one of the nice things about it is you can have all of them in front of you at the same time so that you can look at it and compare it and make sure that the design is holding together well. In this case, for example, maybe what I really need to do is move this up here. And this seems a little bit wonky. It's not going to fit there. So maybe what I need to do now instead is move them like this. And by doing this, and by being able to see all of this, I have the opportunity to compare them and make sure that compositionally everything is working together well. Alright, now the next section we're going to talk about is type. So we'll see you in a moment, and get ready.